road to MSI in the LCS has finally started, and we got two banger best-of-5 series to cover today. Hi, I'm Spearjie, and I'll basically be recapping the highlights from the series that happened over the weekend. The first series we had was FlyQuest vs Cloud9. The last time these two faced off against each other was in Week 6, where both teams did not look strong as there were scraps everywhere. So going to this week, will Fly show their form like they did to beat LYON, or will Cloud9 just clean sweep them, going 3-0. In Game 1, Blabber decides to pick Lee Sin after his whole kit got buffed. Nothing happens in this game until 6 minutes, where Blabber hits a clean Dragon's Rage to kill Griffin. But Masu equalizes it in the bot lane as he gets a clean kill onto Sven.
Here, especially with the Blabber-Griffin matchup. Bottom lane still going.
Yeah, Sven has to flash away. He's only got 100 HP, but Masu flashes forward with a double shot. FlyQuest make things even across the lane.
Blabber continues to terrorize the map as he gets a pretty clean gank onto Quad, getting gold into APA's pockets.
Raptor gank.
Okay, hold on, Blabber again making a huge play with the Dragon's Rage as APA talks his smack in the all chat.
He also plays around Vision to kill Griffin again, invading his Raptors. Masu is having a pretty fantastic game as he's dominating bot lane as he forces Sven to flash twice with the culling. And if FlyQuest have any way of winning, they will have to play through Masu. Another fight ensues at third Drake as Griffin takes Rift Herald and Blabber decides it's time to start Drake to trade objectives. But Griffin gets there in time and steals it. But no kills are exchanged. Later on, Cloud9 start another fight at Baron spawn as Thanatos uses Unstoppable Onslaught, forcing Quad to flash, and this forces a fight around Baron Pit where Blabber hits a Dragon's Rage onto Griffin, displacing him with the team, where Vulcan decides to tidal wave Masu, which allows Sven and Blabber to burst them down as APA kills Griffin, letting C9 get Baron, and acing FlyQuest. With this Baron, they are easily able to end, as this was a clean game from Blabber, as I think he deserves the player of the game, as he dominated the map on Lee Sin, not giving FlyQuest a chance to breathe. In Game 2, Blabber spices up the draft even more, deciding to go for the Neferi jungle. If Cloud9 plays this comp correctly, FlyQuest are not going to be able to move. This game starts out horribly as APA predicts that Masu will walk into Tribush, which works out in C9's favor as APA stuns Masu, forcing him to blow Cleanse and Flash, and they are able to chunk out half his HP, forcing Cryogen to heal and make him back, losing out on the first wave.
Masu has the base, by the way.
Yeah, Masu is having a real bad time, down to a...
Which Blabber calls us out so well, allowing him to invade Griffin's blue buff and forces a dive onto the flashless Caitlyn, giving him first blood.
Like, I think in this, I can't see before, but because we got pushed, we had the opportunity to look for something like this, which we're planning before the game if we got shoved. It was pretty nice. Like, it pretty much set up our like win condition early in this game, and if we get...
Nothing important happens until 26 minutes, where Fly catch out APA and then immediately turn to Baron, catching out Thanatos, and acing Cloud9 in that process. And not even a minute later, C9 decide to force Baron because they know Gakkos and Quad don't have TP. But Griffin somehow steals Baron.
Get dropped from FlyQuest into the pit. They see C9 doing it, but C9 has hella DPS on this thing. Griffin is over the wall. It could be a smite fight. Tempered Fate down onto the jungler over the wall. Oh! And FlyQuest with a beautiful combo steal it away. Griffin has to sacrifice his own life to do it.
But later on in the game, Sven hits a beautiful arrow onto Masu, where Masu's Cleanse and Mikhail's aren't up, and Yasin America comes in on the flank to save Cloud9 and take Game 2.
In a really good game of League of Legends, and that was a really good play right there as Masu protected now by the Tempered Fate, getting himself away for now, still getting chased down by the dogs, and APA into the back line with a big Tibbers as Quad gets bursted down next. C9 have found their counterpunch, and FlyQuest teeth are on the floor. C9, no matter how dark it looks, they find their way back in. 32 minutes into the game, C9 goes to match point.
In Game 3, Griffin decides to pop out the Shyvana jungle, and Cloud9 decide to put TF top, which I don't think is a champion. Please stop going TF top. But I really do not like Cloud9's draft. I don't see the damage. Wow, on FlyQuest, they have 3 tanky people. They have Silas. They have Silas with TF ult. They have a Cassante. They have a Shyvana. How are you going to take care of them? How? But it was a draft div, and Quad just solo kills Thanatos.
Ready to try to chase if he needs to. Goes for the abduct. Doesn't find it, but now he jumps right on top of where Thanatos is running. Yes, there's a gold card, but Quad is still after him. Flash for flash. The whips, the chains, the pain.
And this game is just over. There is no way to come back, and FlyQuest just dominate Cloud9. In Game 4, FlyQuest decided to give Gyakos another carry top laner with a Quinn counterpick into Thanatos' Renekton. The Nocturne Nico immediately comes online as Cryogen dodges Aurora skill shots in the bottom lane, which allow Fly to get 3 kills.
Times you don't want to knock down the turret too soon, but this time around, Thanatos would love to get out of this lane. Meanwhile, bottom side, APA coming around, looking to make play number 2 here for the C9 boys. Cryogen tries to turn it around here with a pop, lost him, gets all 3, but the weirding misses. Cryogen staying alive for now. Meanwhile, Griffin makes his way into the back line, and FlyQuest with a massive counterpunch. Do not lose a single man. C9 with a massive blunder.
At second Drake, Cryogen hits a huge pop blossom onto 3, acing Cloud9.
Ending to be Masu, but C9 of course knows that he shouldn't be around here. The Infernal Drake gonna be claimed there by C9 as Griffin goes in, tries to find the kill onto Blabber. True Shot Barrage comes through, Blabber very low, trying to get himself away. Tether drops down to Griffin, who's forced to flash back over the wall. A big pop blossom from Cryogen for the second time this game. FlyQuest are gonna grab a kill off of it, but Sven gets Cryo back. Now he's gonna find a second one there on the Gyakos. Sven with a double kill, trying to outplay him and slay him as Masu goes forward, needs a couple more auto attacks, finds them, and FlyQuest get a full ace 14 minutes in.
And at the most decisive part of the game, Gyakos, Quad, and Masu catch out Sven, where Cryogen hits a huge 3-man pop blossom to ace Cloud9, giving FlyQuest Baron.
Margin, and he's going to get level 16. Wait a second.
Sven under pressure already, knocked back for the Weaver's Wall. Massive pick coming out from FlyQuest, and again, a 3-man pop blossom. C9 just met a watery grave here in the river. Double kill him into Masu. The only thing that matters is FlyQuest just found exactly what they needed. Blabber and APA trying to get away, but a nice vault seals their fate. FlyQuest just got an ace for nothing.
The final fight was decided at Drake, where Cryogen continues to lock down Cloud9 and take the series to Silver Scrapes.
Looking for any sort of poke they can find. Remember, this team does not have a true front line. It's got to be a full send, all on damage. There's your Weaver's Wall separating C9 away from Blabber, so he has to use his clone to get back over the wall. Gyakos already prepared here with the behind enemy lines, as now APA tries to make the engage, but Blabber's got to try to escape, but Cryogen locks him up. Griffin beats him down. Rampage back over to the Nocturne as C9 try to fight, but it's not going to work. It's already 3 kills back over to FlyQuest. Thanatos about to fall here too, wants to get one back, but he will not. Only to lose at the very end. They bounce back in Game 3. They have owned Game 4. It is a 13,000 gold lead. Remember, C9 chose this.
In Game 5, Cloud9 decided to pick the Swain into Fly's Omega Dive comp. In this game, Sven and APA hard carried to demolish FlyQuest into the ground, as this game was not even close, except for at Elder, where Fly full send onto Cloud9, where Thanatos is trying to backdoor, and if Gyakos was able to kill Sven, the game would just turn on its head. But that didn't happen, and Cloud9 just easily end the game after getting Elder, winning the series 3-2.
Echo shuts down Blabber. FlyQuest going forward. APA using the never move here. Masu staying alive for now. Sven going unstoppable. Akali down. Gyakos falls. Thanatos pushed back from the Nexus. Meanwhile, it's a wipe down here in the bottom side as the deadly flourish finds Griffin, but he still gets away for now. Right here as Quad gets caught out by the engage coming in from Vulcan. APA in the middle of everybody here with the Swain ulti raging yet again. The Elder will claim its first victims. Bottom lane of FlyQuest already out of the picture. Blabber finally dies, but it is not enough. Only Griffin still standing here alongside Gyakos trying to get something. But despite it going the distance, despite nearly being reverse swept, Cloud9 will deny FlyQuest and win their first series here in the playoffs.
The second series that happened over the weekend was Team Liquid versus LYON. In the regular season, the series was very close, but ultimately LYON won in the end and placed second in the regular season. And fans are now wondering, will Team Liquid enact their revenge onto LYON, or will they be beaten again and be sent down to the lower bracket? In the first game, Jose Dioto got his iconic Lee Sin. It was absolute dominance for Team Liquid, as Jose Dioto on Lee Sin was everywhere on the map, finding some Dragon Rages, finding the kicks, finding angles onto players. As in the beginning of the game, Jose Dioto picks off Saint twice, and this game was just done and dusted as Team Liquid take game 1. In game 2, it seemed close at first, but Team Liquid were unable to get on top of Berserker, and even if they did, Saint was free hitting and obliterating LYON out of the fight, resulting in any fight that Team Liquid took, in a loss.
After Berserker, he's down, but so is Quid. Saint has also found the next assassination onto LYON yet again. It's the same story as Dragon Soul, but this time it's being told on the other side of the map. Saint on the Yone. Can he make it a quadra? The Soul Unbound's about to run out. No, the kill credit goes over to Dokla.
In Game 3, we got one of the bloodiest games in the LCS as these fights
Quid
were
to make
insane.
his approach, and there's the Infernal Drake secured by Inspired. Jose Diodo going in after Berserker. Core JJ trying to find a little bit of pressure here, but that's the Caitlyn down. Nicely done there from Team Liquid as Quid falls to Inspired. Isles trying to get away over the wall. The Solar Snare not quite going to find him, but it is enough coming through. The damage from LYON with the execution of the Golden Eclipse is more than enough, but now he's under pressure. Saint and Jose Diodo trying to find the damage hero to Inspired. They jump right back in, but Jose Diodo has to flash back up the wall. Inspired! Fearless on the Zinjao. The audacious charge lives up to its name. Jose Diodo turns it right back around though. What a fight. It's 7-7 when the dust settles.
But in the end, Saint on his Silas was just too strong for Team Liquid to handle.
Actual TL doesn't have it. Nice double engage coming out. Unstoppable force from Dokla. Quid's already dead here at the start of the fight. 2v2 in the bottom half. 3v2 up here on the top side as LYON tries to get a little bit more. Berserker dominating as Morgan falls. Saint staying alive against LYON and Jose. They don't have the damage to kill the Silas. Core JJ arrives for the Uber Eats Pantheon play.
In Game 4, it was the opposite of bloody, as there was only a total of 8 kills at 30 minutes, where this one fight at Dragon Soul ends the game.
If they want to have any kind of a chance, as Team Liquid trying to DPS the Drake down to about 3,000. Inspired going in, fires back towards Morgan as the target, as the Drake is secured by Jose Diodo, smited down to 10 HP. It was so close, but that's huge. Immediate destruction. Team Liquid dog piles in, and everybody on LYON is 6 feet deep.
In Game 5, it was the boringest game of all time because there was only 4 kills at 30 minutes, where the fight is decided at Baron, where Berserker goes off and mows down everyone on Team Liquid, taking the series 3-2.
Inspired is stepping in, he's just gonna smite it away. LYON critically find both the Soul and the Baron back to back, and now it's a seismic shove to Quid. He dies to the Super Mega Death Rocket. Berserker is getting excited, and LYON is forced all the way back out of the fight. Now Morgan's under pressure, stunned to the wall yet again by another Cosmic Binding. It's a double kill of a Berserker, and he's excited again. LYON knocked up into the air with a point blank keeper's verdict. One more shot from Fishbones. Triple kill back over to Berserker. Isles means it's no Penta, but Jose's Guardian Angel will not do enough. He dies too, ace for nothing. That's game, that's series, that's LYON taking their win.
Next week, we have the lower bracket playing, where FlyQuest will be playing against their Kryptonites of Sentinels, and Shopify Rebellion will be playing against the Goliath of Team Liquid. I personally think that Sentinels will take the series 3-0 against FlyQuest, and Team Liquid will stomp Shopify Rebellion 3-0. If you guys are still here and enjoy my content, please consider sticking around and subscribing, and comment down your predictions for next week. I want to try to upload a recap for the LCS every week, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week.